Hi everyone. So previously we learned how to make the strapless or tube dress, and I got a lot of requests to do a tutorial on how to make this jacket. So we're gonna do that now. Let's get started. Now to make the jacket, you're going to be needing your basic dress pattern, and I'll be explaining briefly what I've done so far. Okay, so this is my pattern paper and I've drawn all the lines I need. Okay, so the first line here is my shoulder line. The next is your shoulder to chest line, which is half of your armhole circumference measurements. So I'm doing 9 for this particular tutorial. Then shoulder to the bust point. Okay, it's not really needed for this tutorial, but I just still drew the line. Okay, it's part of your basic dress pattern. Then shoulder to the waistline, that was the half length. Then we have shoulder to the hip line. This is the hip line here, shoulder to the hip line. And hip depth is always 24 for most people. Then of course, shoulder to the length of the jacket. Now if you take note, the tube dress is shorter than the jacket, okay? So make sure the length is shorter. Now on the shoulder and chest line, I marked half of my across back measurements. Can you see that? Then I connected it together. Okay. Then on the chest line, I still marked quarter of my bust circumference plus 1 inch for side seam allowance. Then on the waistline, I marked quarter of my waist. Then the 1 inch for that, I added it for ease. Okay, for ease. Then 1 inch for side seam allowance. I hope that is clear. Then on the hip line, quarter of the hip plus 1 inch for side seam allowance. Then on the hem line, it's not a straight dress. So you mark quarter of the hip, then you add extra 5 inches. Okay, then you connect all the points together, as easy as that. Then for the neckline, okay, on the average 3 by 1, because this is the back pattern, 3 by 1 inch is fine. For some people that probably they are very small, like small size, 2.5, that's the least you can go. Okay, so this is the back pattern and it will be cut on fold. Okay, so like I said, this is 3 by 1 for the back pattern. Okay, so we'll be using this to cut out the front pattern too. Then for the hemline here, you don't want to have a very straight look. Initially, I came up by 1 inch from the side seam, but I want to increase it to 2 inches. So the more you come up, the more curvy the hemline is going to be. Okay, so you can just use a ruler, or if you don't want it to have a slanted look, you could use the curved part of your curved ruler or your pattern master. So I just curved it out like this, so it's just a side seam. Okay, so this way you don't have a very straight look. So I'll be using this to cut out the front pattern. Now to cut out the front, it's pretty easy. Okay, you get another pattern paper like the one below there. Then you leave 3 inches away from the margin, from the center, the edge of the paper. I beg your pardon, 3 inches. Take notes. Okay, so you place the back pattern on the line, which is 3 inches away from the edge of my paper. Okay, then you just spin it and then you use the front to cut out the back. All right, though the front neckline is going to be deeper, but let's just cut out the back pattern first. So you can see it is 3 inches away from the edge of the paper. So I will just cut out. Okay, so after cutting out, this is what you're going to be having. Now my back pattern is still on the pattern paper. So for the front neckline, I'll be coming down by 3 inches, irrespective of your body size. You can't do more than 3.5. It's a jacket that has collar. Okay, so you can't do more than 3.5, but 3 is fine. Okay, so I came down by 3 inches. Then I'll just mark a straight line like that where I have the 3 inches allowance. That allowance is actually for your button and the folding and everything. So then with my curved ruler, I will now draw the curve of my neckline, so you can see. So this is my neckline for the front, and this is the button allowance. Okay, so this is it here. All right, so for the neckline, I think I increased it to 3 1/4. I think I already did that on the back pattern too. I increased it slightly to 3 1/4. This person is a not an average size, slightly big, so I'll be transferring this to my fabric, and I'm using organza fabric. Yeah, so organza is very lightweight and can prove a little bit difficult to work with. So for it to be easy for you to cut, you press, you can see my folds, you press it and then you place a pattern on it and then you cut out. It's easier that way. Then for the front pieces here, okay, you'll be folding 1 inch twice. That's the essence of the 3-inch button allowance. Okay, you fold 1 inch twice, so the extra 1 inch remaining will be for your button allowance. Okay, now next thing, let's go to the cutting of the collar. It's really simple to cut the collar. It's very simple, just follow me. Okay, so to cut the collar, first thing, we are going to measure the neckline starting from the back. Okay, because the back is on fold, so starting from the back. Now you take your tape rule and measure the neckline. Now when measuring, you don't place the tape just straight, like you just place it. It's a curve, it's not a straight line, not like this. This is wrong. So you place the tape like this, like make it like this, and then follow the curve of the neckline. You can see where I placed my tape, and there is no seam allowance on my pattern. Please take note. So my back neckline is about 3.5, okay, but you might want to just measure again to be double sure. Okay, so I'm just measuring again, and I think that should be about 3.25. That's about 3.25, just a difference of 1/4. So that's the back. Then the neck. For the neck, before you can measure the back neckline, you will need to fold the 1 inch button allowance twice. So I'm marking my 1 inch. I'll divide the 3 inches into 1 inch. That's in 3 places. So this is 1 inch, this is another 1 inch, and of course 1 inch. So I'll fold my paper now, like I'm already sewing my jackets. Okay, yeah, so this is it. So this is 1 inch, 1, 2, and of course the third one will be for the button allowance. So it's from the button allowance that you're going to measure the width of the neckline. You don't want to cut the collar, and the collar has to blend with your measurement on the neckline of the jacket. So same thing, you're going to place your tape like this. Okay, just place the tape like so around the neckline into the button allowance. Okay, so once you measure, you're also going to record. Okay, so I'm just trying to be very accurate. So even if you have a little excess, it will go into the button like when we're sewing it. So it's not really a problem, but just make sure you're as accurate as possible. So you add both measurements together, both the front and back neckline. So for me, that's 9.5 for this particular tutorial. When I added the two of them together, now it's going to be cut on fold, don't worry. Now you get your pattern paper and draw a straight line like this. Then I would mark my 9.5. So as it is, I don't need any seam allowance again because there's button allowance already, except when I'm cutting on fabric. Okay, then now the height of the collar. Okay, if you're already a pro, you can do 1 inch. If you're still a learner, you can do 1.5 or 2 inches, but I'm doing 1.5 because this particular dress, the collar is a bit high. It's not too high, so I'm doing 1.5 in. Okay, so I'll also mark my 9.5. That's the total length of my neckline for front and back. Okay, but it's halfway because we're still going to be cutting on fold. Now our neckline is not straight, it's curved. So what we're going to do now we're going to be marking the measurement for the back neckline. Okay, the one that we got 3.5, because the back is on fold, so it's the back you mark first. You mark the measurement for the back neckline like that, which is my either 3.5 or 3.25, the one I measured anyway. Okay, so now that I've marked it, there's a demarcation now. Okay, so on then this other side, which is my center front, I'll come up by 1/2 inch up and down like this. Okay, then with my curved ruler, I'm going to link this to the point where I marked the measurement for the back. So this way, okay, when you measure from here to here, it's still the 1.5 inch for the width. The only difference is the collar is now curved, it's not straight, and then this way is going to blend into your neckline. Okay, so which means we can all have the same measurements. We have different neck width and all that. So you draw your green line. Okay, so this is center back unfold, and the other side there is my center front. Okay, so I'll be adding 1/2 inch seam allowance to the top, the bottom. Now this is my fabric. I'm still using the same organza fabric, and you're cutting 2. Now take note of the direction of the arrow so I don't make mistakes. You're adding 1/2 inch round. Okay, then make sure you notch the center, both the fabric and the lining. Okay, make sure you notch the center with your scissors so that you don't go and turn the collar upside down. It's going to give you a very bad shape. Okay, so once you notched, you know that the notched part is the top part. Now you're going to place fabric and lining together like this and sew 1/2 inch at the top there. Okay, and then back to our dress. So first thing first, for the front spaces, the fold we created, okay, you go ahead and stitch on the right side, very close to the edge of the fold. You stitch it all the way down. You're sewing on the right side, please. Okay, same thing for the second piece, and then yeah, so this is my collar. The collar is ready. Okay, now I've joined the top parts. This is it here, and make sure you top stitch. Okay, now I'll be joining my front and back piece together at the shoulder. Okay, now let me say something. Organza fabric, if you leave the seam allowance flying or you serge it, is not enough. It's going to make it very uncomfortable. So you have to use bias tape to tape the whole seam allowance. Like, you have to tape everything else. It's going to make it very uncomfortable. So this is, I've joined the front and back together at the shoulder. Okay, and you can see my seam allowance. Let me just show us here, the seam allowance inside. I have used bias tape to tape it. So using a serger is not enough. Okay, it's not enough. Now this is my collar. You can see the I notched the middle part too. That's the lower part of the collar. I've notched the center. So now I'll be attaching the collar to the jacket. Okay, the inner part. Yeah, so this is it. Then now we'll now be sewing the outer part now. Okay, this is the right side of the jacket. So you go ahead and fold 1/2 inch with your iron. This is organza. It's a very light fabric, so you really need to press every step of the way. So after pressing, you go ahead and sew. Then this side of the collar, you fold in the seam allowance like that, and then you stitch it down. Same thing for the other side. It's a very simple procedure. Like, it's not so difficult. Okay, so here I am done with the collar. Now for the sleeve, I have done a tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve. I'll be dropping the link in the description box. You can watch that. So this is my basic sleeve. I already cut it out. Okay, then I'm adding cuff to the sleeve opening instead of having a normal straight sleeve. Okay, so here you can see the cuff, and I've attached the sleeve to the armhole. Okay, please, all the seam allowances, make sure you use bias tape to tape it, please. Then you go ahead and sew the side seam from the sleeve, and then I'm using bias tape to tape the hemline, and that's all. Like, it's a very pretty simple tutorial. So for the closure, you can use press buttons or any form of buttons you like, and this is how the jacket has turned out to be. It's a very easy tutorial. I hope the tutorial was helpful. Please feel free to share the video with your friends, leave your comments and reactions, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.